Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. Well, I guess another bonus in this case. This still doesn't count to the official count, by the way. I'm your host, Brobuscus. With me today is ZDogg.
Hi, I'm a here.
Nice and simple. I like it. All right. We also have Richard.
Hello.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
The most,
Yeah, no,
the most
You know what?
simple and justified.
No witty intro.
Nah, not today.
All
Mostly
right.
because I didn't have one planned, honestly. But yeah, whatever.
All right. So, hi everybody. First of
Ew.
all, just to kind of date this, we are actually recording this the day after the Shigaraki versus Mahito preview came out.
Yep.
I guess just real quick, just like 30 seconds. First impressions.
Holy shit! Sorry, it looks so damn good. Oh my gosh! Like there are some parts that I think kind of. I mean, there are like a handful. No pun intended. A handful of shots that look kind of wonky, but no, I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with it so far. Also, Tom Shulk, what the fuck? Tom Shulk never ceases to amaze me. That is my thoughts.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I can add to that is what the frack they got Sean Chiplock. Hello.
Yeah.
Um,
They have that kind of reach.
yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll talk. We'll obviously talk more about that later, but that was my initial.
Yeah.
That was literally my initial reaction to seeing that preview. Nothing else came to mind. I was like, "What the hell?" Okay, Sean Chiplock. All right, that's reach. All right. Anyway, now that we got that out of the way,
Yeah, I'm excited.
well, last bonus episode, if you may recall, ZDogg built me a season.
Yeah.
Built me a death battle season. Matchups that are ones that I like, feature characters I like, feature franchises I like, feature are
Right.
inside jokes between us. All that jazz. So I thought, why not return the favor? So that's what we're doing today. That's what today's episode is. I built ZDogg a season.
Yay. Yep. All about me.
So I will say before getting into it, first of all, there's no bonus episode, so I'm gonna ruin some hopes right then and there. I was thinking maybe I should come up with something, but nothing came to mind. So
I'm honestly surprised you didn't just do the bros versus the lads. Honestly.
Yeah.
Well, that leads into my other thing. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit. So I gave myself two rules. One, with the exception of one, there are no repeating franchises. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Now that I've said that out loud, I'm not 100% sure, but I know there's
you've tried.
There's one I know is repeating. But it would repeat in a natural season anyway, so that's kind of why I was like, eh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Well, maybe that's what I was thinking of then. Anyway, go
on. Secondly, with two exceptions, none of the matchups that ZDogg gave me are on here.
Really? Well, okay.
There are two exceptions. I wanted to make it only one, but another one on here just made too much sense to put on here. So so yeah. But aside from those two, everything else, I was like, okay, they're not on the season ZDogg gave me. So I had to come up with these myself. And let me tell you,
okay,
it was a bit harder than I was expecting.
Really?
A little bit.
Okay.
There were some that were like, okay, yeah, duh, this one, this one, this one, this one. There's also okay. This wasn't a challenge. I just thought I should bring this up. There's no particular order to any of this. But the reason I say that is because the last three are probably like the biggest ones to have on here. Building up to what I think is the most fitting finale. Even if it's not a finale worthy matchup, it's like I wanted to build it up to the very end. You'll see why.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, to be fair, I did. To be fair, with my finale with yours, I did go with a very grounded one.
Yeah.
So the one that you probably wouldn't expect to be finale worthy. So that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't structure this like a death battle season or anything like that. I just kind of was like,
Okay.
which matchups do I put in like any do I just like how do I structure this in a way that's like in a way that makes some degree of sense, and then like have like what I think are like the top three, like the ones that I was like, okay, yeah, these three for sure. Like the second I was like coming up with the concept of even doing this in the first place, there were three in particular that I was like, oh yeah, those have to be there. So I saved them. So I'm saving them for last.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm very interested to see how this is gonna go. I mean, I know I think I know a handful. Like I think I know what three you're talking about, but I'm very curious what matchups you sprinkled in, especially since you said it was gonna be harder. So I'm wondering if you went with like some more out there picks. So
I will say there aren't there aren't as many inside jokes.
Okay, that's fine.
I think you kind of covered like 99% of them. There's one that's like there is one, and it's not even like a super inside joke, but it's like such a throwback. You will be like oh my god. Okay.
Okay. I'm very interested to see what that'll be, but
aside from that, these are all general. Aside from that, from what I understand, there's another one that I'm kind of there's one that I'm like kind of nervous about, but aside from that, these are matchups that you probably have seen requested a fair bit. So there's not a lot of like random out there wacky, this match makes no sense but it's funny so we're going with it type matchups.
All right,
so with that being said, let's begin.
Yeah. All right, what you got first, my friend?
So the first one, I know you like at least one of these characters a lot. I'm sure you like the other one quite a bit too. This is a match you've talked about quite a bit. You and your friend group. And I kind of remember it being pretty high up on, maybe not like top 10, but like pretty high up on your most wanted list. It is, image send please. There we go. Chie versus Mako.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
So I know how much you. So I know how much you like Kill la Kill. I know how much you like Mako. So the second I remembered that, I was like, "Oh, this has gotta be here."
Right.
So, yeah. I just that's really just about the gist of it. I know how much you like Mako, so I know how much you like this matchup, so there you go.
That's why you asked for that. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yes, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. No. This is like yeah, no, I do really like Mako, like, and Kill as a whole, but just like Mako's just kind of like a really good pick me up character, or like a pick me up comfort character when I'm feeling bad. Like, I don't know, it's like she's like just her energy and like in the series. I don't know. I do think she's a great character, and anyone who harms her will die. No, I'm kidding.
So what does that mean for
Yeah.
Chie?
Well,
'Cause-
yeah, I say that where I'm pretty sure she loses all her matchups. So whoops.
Although-
but no, yeah,
It is interesting.
Yeah.
I am curious to see how, like, I mean, I don't think it saves her, but I am curious to see how much it stacks up with Kill If being considered canon now. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what that does for
I-
Mako, so I like don't quote me on that. But
yeah. I from what I understand, it makes it a lot closer, but I don't think it necessarily saves her. But yeah. So out of curiosity, were you debating with any other Mako opponents, or was it like, oh no, it has
no,
to be
it
this
was
one?
it was immediately Chie.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Valid. Yeah. Yeah. No. I do think this matchup overall does get a little too much hate, honestly, in the community. Like, I can understand why, even though I disagree. I know the main thing is that it's, like, using Mako in a versus setting, or like where she does like, because I'm pretty sure the thing was for a while that like Mako doesn't really throw hands in the series, even though like I think like the arena fighting game definitely helps with that. So
Yeah.
so I don't know. I do think I do think she does work in a versus setting really well, and she would be really fun to see. And so actually I was talking with someone with Coda with this last night. Like, I consider this like tied for my favorite match for Mako, because in my mind it's this, Marcy from Amphibia and Patrick from SpongeBob in like a three-way race. I know that's a wild spread of characters, but like, yeah, like I will say I do personally push for this one, if only because it's so important to Kodo as well. And from what I understand, I do really like Chie as a character. Like, my experience with her isn't as, like, I don't have as much experience with her as I do Mako, but like, I do think she is a very entertaining character from what I've seen, and I do really want to, play P4. I mean, I have it. Kodo literally gifted it to me, so I'm gonna get to it eventually.
I can just
Gifted
see
P4 Golden.
I can just see your only mate in the comment section be like, "ZDogg, play Persona 4." Oh, don't worry, mate. I got you.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry.
I
I need to finish Persona 5 first. Damn it.
I've spread your message before you even got the chance to ask it. All right, I got you.
There you go. But no, I will get to it eventually. But I do think Chie is a really fun character, and I think this matchup has a lot of fun potential. Like just their personalities alone, clashing just sounds like a really fun time. So yeah, no, I very much approve of this matchup, and I think it's really fun. So I'm all in for it. I honestly, like, I completely understand why, but this honestly does feel like a bit of like, I definitely want to. Maybe it's because I associate this match so much more with Kodo, but I'm definitely down for it, honestly. So yeah, I approve. And I mean, I will get my. I am rooting for Mako. I still stand by. She doesn't win.
No, probably not.
Just
from what I understand of Persona, yeah, I don't know.
Wild, yeah. Especially with I'm pretty sure the same buffs in 5 apply to 4. Because like, if gets, from what I remember, if got like star level, or or was it? I forget it from the blog, but it gets like somewhere in the stellar tiers. But I think
I remember
when
Universal, but I could be completely I could be completely mistaken on that though. So don't. And
yeah, I'm mostly remembering from the Satsuki Urza blog.
yeah.
'Cause I don't know. I could be misremembering, but
Yeah, I could be too,
I don't
and
know.
it's not like we. I could be too, and it's not like we can check right now. So I mean, I guess I can, but
yeah, that's
actually,
it. But no, I mean,
can I? Actually, that's a good question. I should see. Oh, I can check. Okay. I'm not going to. I'm not going to though. I'm
yeah, that
doesn't matter.
Even then, I think I'm pretty sure just with Chie's persona abilities, like just the wide amount she can do, I'm pretty sure includes stat buffs. So, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does. So I do think Chie is still the safer bet. But yeah, no, I'm completely down for this matchup, and seeing Mako would be pretty cool. I'm actually curious if either she or Satsuki will be our next Kill la Kill rep, because I imagine it'll be either of those two, right?
Maybe.
But
I don't know. We have Mahito as our next Jujutsu Kaisen character for some reason, so
that is true. So I guess that could happen. Also, side note, how the hell? Hold on. Sorry, I was drinking water. How the hell is it that Persona 4 was the last one to get on Death Battle out of the three modern Personas?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Like, it feels like I've seen Persona 4 the most, like, in versus ever since I started, but yet we got a 3 and 5 rep before then.
I mean, I feel like
I understand.
I mean, I feel like for Five's case, like, it is probably the hotter topic right now. Like, not just with like Persona 5 being Persona 5, but also like Jokers and Smash. So like, there's that too.
Yeah.
How we got a Persona 3 rep before that though? No idea. Don't ask me.
Yeah, especially since that was like years before Reload. But,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining with it, but it's just interesting to think about. So.
All right. Well, cool. Great start.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the throwback matchup, by the way.
No.
So get ready.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't seen you talk about this at all in a hot minute. But I just kind of this just kind of came to my mind while I was thinking this up, and I was like, oh God, yes. Just like you gave me some throwback matchups, I'm gonna give you one, and I'm gonna give you there we go. Spectre Knight versus Sir Daniel Fortescue.
Oh my God. My goodness, this is so. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, this is a throwback and a half. My gosh. Man. All right, well, explain, if you will.
Yeah, okay.
I'll let you do these.
So, years ago, when we were still, like, relatively fresh at doing this kind of stuff, we were coming up with, like, we would just, you know, I mean, we still do, but we just come up with matchups and we make thumbnails for them because that's just who we are. Our lives are very basic. And one day ZDogg came up with this. At least I think it was you.
Technically not, because this was a. I remember I actually suggested this, or I suggested Shovel Knight versus Sir Daniel at one point, and then there was someone else in like I think it was Leo's Leo server, like suggested, oh, why not do Spectre Knight? And then, cause I think this is like right when like the Spectre of Torment like hype train, like around when Spectre of Torment was coming out, and I fell in love with that game a lot. So I just heck yeah, Spectre Knight matchup, let's go. So yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Man. Yeah. No, I mean. I have not thought about it in a while, so
It's like this is one we used to talk
Yeah,
about
this
quite a bit. And
yeah.
that just kind of fell off. I mean, granted, like I'm not like 100% sure if this match works anymore, but like I still wanted to put it on here because it's like duh.
Yeah, no,
um,
this is one I obsessed about a lot back in the day, so I completely understand. Don't worry.
yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I think like part of the reason is just because I have no experience with medieval,
Yeah.
which I still would like to change that eventually, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, Daniels just seems like a charming character, so I mean, seeing him would be so.
I think I have the remake, but I just haven't played it yet.
Nice. Fair.
So I'll let you know. Daniel does seem like a fun character to have in a versus setting, because like from what I understand, the dude has like a shit ton of weapons.
Oh.
So it's like, huh, okay. It's one of those things where it's like it's fun to like catalog them all. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, completely.
Like I kind like as much as it sounds exhausting, and to an extent it is. But I honestly kind of like having characters with like a pretty vast arsenal.
Right.
Because it's like, oh man, there's so much material to work with. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun to like note them all down. Maybe it's just because I'm like growing as a researcher. But I don't know. That kind of shit is fun to me. So
I get you completely.
So yeah, I find it funny. I actually went back. So we had an episode where we talked about like having like characters we want to see but didn't know matchups for them, and one of the ones you brought up was Spectre Knight. And at no point did either of us think, "Huh? Do you remember when we were talking about this one?"
Yeah.
That thought never crossed our minds. I find that hilarious.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I still think this fight is pretty charming, honestly. And you know, again, like I said, I'd be down for any Spectre Knight matchup because, like I said before, Spectre of Torment is like one of my favorite games of all time. Well, I guess like Shovel Knight's one of my favorite games, and Spectre Knight is like my favorite campaign in the game. So yeah. So I'd be down for any representation of Spectre Knight. And you know, Sir Daniel seems like an interesting character to bring on. Definitely would be unexpected, probably, like because like you know, aside from the remake, like freaking Medieval is like an ancient ass franchise, but.
The first game was on the first game was on the PS1, my guy. It's not that ancient.
Well, I guess I guess I maybe over exaggerated that a little.
And anyway, all jokes aside, Medieval is kind of like Medieval is one of those franchises that's more so grown like more of a cult following than like than becoming like a massive icon like say Crash or Spyro.
Exactly.
So. No, I get that completely.
Yeah, I mean, if they can make him work, like I'd be down to see him on, like in this matchup or not. But like, yeah, no, I'll still always hold a soft spot for this matchup, no matter what. So yeah, I mean, if they can make it work, I'm down. So
it is kind of sad to me in hindsight that they released that remake. And then that was, and then currently they haven't done anything with Dan since.
No.
At least as far as I know. Maybe I'm completely off. Maybe I'm completely losing my mind. That's 100% possible. But yeah, as far as I know, anyway, they released the Medieval remake, and then that was it.
Right.
I just find it funny because Medieval does have a sequel. But you wouldn't know that because because the original game's been remade twice now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So that's fun, I guess. Thanks, Sony.
Thanks, Sony, indeed. Gosh.
Although for all of its cult classic, whatever, following, Dan did make an appearance in PlayStation All Stars, so he does have that, I guess. If you want that to be a thing.
What?
if you
at this may take what you can get, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
Wait. Real quick. I'm gonna give. I'm definitely rooting for Spectre Knight in this case, and I have no idea where Medieval lands. I feel like Spectre Knight would be the safer bet, but like, I don't know. There could be some wacky beat that we're unaware of for Sir Daniel that could.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like,
I do not.
flop in
I have no idea if Medieval's been like feed searched at all.
Yeah. You know,
Although
maybe if there's like a hacky weapon that he has, but then he would need to be faster. So.
I mean, from
that's
what
the
I
only thing I
understand-
can think of.
I mean, from what I understand, Dan is pretty like. He's a tough son of a bitch to kill. I mean, he's a skeleton. He's already dead, so there's that. Like, he's
Right.
yeah, he's kind of one of those I'm already dead kind of fighters, and he comes with all of the benefit. He has all the benefits that
Exactly.
come with it. So, mostly being good luck trying to put him down again because you can't.
Exactly.
So yeah, all right, cool. I mean, I remember asking about this a long ass time ago. I asked a few Discord servers about this. I was like, "Who wins this?" By the way, and I think most people said Spectre Knight, but that was also like,
Yeah.
that was also like 7 years ago or something. I don't know.
Oh gosh. Hate time.
I hate time too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So next one. Remember when I said there was one I was a little nervous about?
Oh god. Okay.
So
Yeah.
this one I had to This one I had to consult Google. I'll say that first and foremost.
Oh.
So be prepared in case this match doesn't actually work. I actually don't know like a ton about mostly either of these characters, but one in particular. So this is kind of like semi uncharted territory for me. So
Okay, that's always fun.
yeah, so I have no idea if this match actually works. So I'm just gonna say what it is, and then I'm gonna explain how I came up with it. All right.
Okay. Go for it.
So it is Maki from Danganronpa versus Yor Forger from Spy Family.
Yeah. I can already tell you made a fantastic choice. So
Okay.
don't worry.
So context. So
Yeah.
my initial thing was I need to come up with a Danganronpa matchup because I know how much you like. I know how much of a fan you are.
Yeah.
I was like, I could take the very easy and boring route and just go with like Monokuma versus Koro Sensei or something.
Yeah.
But I was like, no. I wanted to come up with something different. And I also didn't want to just re-put on there Phoenix versus Makoto like you did me. So
All right.
so that was out. So right out the gate, I was having some trouble. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, what Danganronpa characters does he talk about the most? I consulted your Blue Sky. And one character in particular that you this isn't one of those like most talked about characters like I was going for, but it was like, all right, well, at least it gets me started. one character you posted about was Maki. So I was like, okay, let's go with that. Because she's like, of all the Danganronpa cast, she is a fighter. She's an assassin. That's her gimmick.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, spoilers for V3. I forgot to mention that. So I was like, okay, let's go to Google real quick. Let's see what what comes up if I search for Maki matchups on Google. What comes up? This came up a lot. And I was like, okay. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't. Okay. When I said earlier this is uncharted territory for me, I don't know anything about Spy Family, so.
Okay. That adds up.
So at this point I'm kind of forgetting the order here. So, but at one point I consulted your media thread, or one of your media threads, and you had brought up Spy Family. So I forget if I did that first or if I did the Google search first, but one way or another, it came together and I was like, oh shit, okay. So there you go. You got Maki versus Yor Forger.
Hey, I'm surprised you also didn't. Did you forget that this was also? I mean, I don't care. This is one of the matchups I actually chose for that one lads event in the server where we made a season, because this actually was one of my choices.
Oh, I forgot about that completely. Yeah.
Because it was this and Zuko versus Sub-Zero.
I actually don't think I ever remembered that it was you. So, but I totally. I totally forgot that event even happened. I was barely there for that. Well, I was like, that was okay. So context for timing. That event started when I was starting up my Bowser versus Eggman poster.
Right.
So I was focusing like a lot on that. So I forgot about the event. I don't even know if at any point during that event it registered in my brain that this was a match you suggested. So I'm actually very glad that it worked out that way, because there you go. Makes it even better that it's on, that I put this on here.
Hold on. Sorry. I was chewing something, my bad. The more I think about it, honestly, the more that this might be one of my new favorite matchups of all time, honestly. Because like you said, I played through like the entire Danganronpa series, like in like basically the span of a year. I played all 3 games, and is it a hot take to say that I think V3 is the best one?
I actually don't know. That's a hot take to me.
Okay. Because like V3 is like just with all the twists and turns it takes, and just like I like all like I say that like the game basically makes me like as how do I put this? But I will say, like, I absolutely adore like Maki as a character, like, because the development she goes through throughout the game is just, I really love to see it alongside Bait. Okay, again, last chance for V3 spoilers, by the way, so leave now. You good? Okay, cool. Seeing her, Shuichi, and Kaito grow as people alongside the game is just really sweet to see, and she's just so cool. Like, she's just such a badass as well that I love it. Also, she's voiced by Erica Hashler, so dub.
Wasn't it Erica Mendez?
Erica Mendez. Gosh dang it! Yeah, that's what I meant. I am on top of it today. Yeah, Erica Mendez. What I said to say.
Another red and black killer voiced by Erica Mendez. Where have I seen that before?
Yeah. I wonder. Maki has definitely become one of my favorite characters of the series and in general. And yeah, I have finally I joined the Spy Family craze, and it's really good. I highly recommend both of you watch it if you have the time, because man, it just hooks you in really well. And Yor herself is just a really funny character, and again, she's a certified badass. So yeah, no, I honestly think this matchup works really well, and I would really love to see it one day. Unfortunately, I know it has some stiff competition with Yor versus the Bride from Kill Bill, which part of me is honestly expecting. There's honestly part of me who suspects we're getting that this year, but that's besides the point. But no, like later down the line, like if, and of course after getting like a handful more Danganronpa characters, because I would really love to see this one, because I honestly think it works really well. And
our first Danganronpa rep, it's Maki. Okay.
Maki. Yeah. Okay. Listen, I love Maki. I don't think she should be the first Danganronpa.
Yeah. No. That's not disrespect to Maki at all. But it's like,
yeah.
Yeah. I will say, I'm in two minds about V3, but Maki is probably my favorite amongst them all. So, yeah.
Hey, you love to see it. And I know, so I don't know if you caught the connections when you were looking for this, but
nope.
TLDR, it's basically child caregivers who are deadly assassins who hide themselves as child caregivers. That's basically the whole deal of it. Because Maki in the beginning of V3 was stated to be the ultimate child caregiver, but that was just kind of a secret. I can't say it's a lie, because it's definitely not. But no, that's never mind. But yeah, Yor's whole thing is like, she was an assassin, but due to she basically ends up marrying or getting into a family with Lloyd, who was the spy in the Spy Family. And she basically they basically live together. It's a whole thing. They basically live together because of the operation, but they actually end up forming feelings to each other, or feelings with each other. So that's fun. Also they use a type of poison at some point, so that's fun. But yeah, no, I think this matchup's great. It's definitely underrated, which I understand because of the whole V3 thing. But no, if eventually, like I said, excuse me, later down the English. Later down the line, I would love to see this matchup get done eventually, or just any versus Jed to do it, because I think it is a fantastic matchup, and definitely one that needs to be talked about more. So, yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you definitely made a good choice here, my friend. So I'm glad. And as for roots and bets, I'm definitely rooting Maki. I like Yor, but again, Maki's whole character arc in V3 is just really powerful to me. I honestly I'm less sure on who wins, because of the whole thing with V3, that I don't think it would be comparable to the other Danganronpa games.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it as vague, even though I gave spoiler warnings, because like the twists in V3 are like V3 is like one of the last games I want to try and spoil people on, multiple reasons. But gut feeling is probably telling me Yor, but like I am definitely unsure about that. I don't know. Like that, I don't know. That's my gut feeling right now. That could change like on a whim depending on when you ask me, but I'm not complaining if Yor wins, but yeah. Either way.
Is it a hot take? We were talking about the plot twist earlier. Is it a hot take to say I don't like them, and that's kind of why I'm in two minds about the game?
Um, That's fair, honestly. Yeah, that's
The
completely fair, honestly.
the two in particular, you know the ones I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil them either. I know we gave a spoiler warning, but no. I don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
Just no.
Exactly. Play the game yourself.
Yeah, yeah. If you know what we're talking about, look it up or play the game or whatever. I personally don't care.
Exactly.
um,
Yeah. No,
um,
I get. I know you explained the first one why you're on it. So
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Anyway. All right. Next matchup. I feel like we should probably blow through these a little faster. Because we're already like 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Um, and luckily, there's not really a lot to say about this next one because I'm just gonna cut right to the chase. It's a repeat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Oxide versus Whispy.
Yeah. Yeah. To the surprise of nobody. Yeah.
I mean, there's literally nothing I need to say here. We kind of covered it last time we talked about it.
Yeah, no. So yeah, if you want a little more in-depth conversation about this one, go check out the previous one. Yeah, no, it's really cool and awesome, and yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it's another one that I consider severely underrated as a matchup because it just feels like it should be more popular than it is. It just, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm rooting and betting Whizbig because yeah.
Yeah, too long didn't watch. This match is neat. Both games are neat. Whizpig wins the end.
Yeah. Yeah, and I am kind of the reason that both of us are into this matchup. So me and Bro at least. So
yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, that was very fast. And
Yep.
fitting.
That's true. All right. Next up, this one actually has some decent timing that I wasn't even anticipating. But I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase. I'm gonna stop like dancing around these matchups. It's Scorpion versus Kurapika.
Yeah, let's go. I have one to talk about.
Hey, there you go.
There you go. So, you and I both watched. I mean, we didn't do it together, but you and I both watched Hunter x Hunter. When we were preparing for Killua versus Mitsuka.
Yeah.
And you talked about how much you really like Kurapika, and you had brought up this match quite a bit. Even though I personally vibe more towards Scorpion versus Wolf.
Yeah.
And I didn't even account for this until much later. But literally last episode, like the last main episode, when we were talking about Ghost Rider versus Spawn, you said you like characters with chain weapons.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I came up with this. I came up with this matchup. I think this might have been one of the last matchups I had thought about. And I at some point it clicked in my head. I'm like, wait, didn't he literally just say he likes chain weapons? Don't these two both use chain weapons?
Yeah.
So oh, that kind of worked out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, no, this matchup rocks, honestly. Like, yeah, I like I said, I am a big fan of Kurapika. Like, he, like, amongst, like, this saying a lot considering all the characters in Hunter x Hunter. He is definitely a highlight of the show, especially his arc and especially the fight scene in the canyon with all the gang members. And yeah, no, I do really like Scorpion as well. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer. Like, yeah. He's just that cool. And yeah, no, I think this matchup works extremely well, and I think it could be really cool. I understand why people have fallen off of it a bit, but I maintain that it would be an awesome fight to see, and yeah, and chains and stuff.
It's definitely good timing because Scorpion has now gotten into Fortnite, and Hunter x Hunter is.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he's
Yep.
he's going to be the next MK Fortnite
Oh wow.
character.
Okay.
And Hunter x Hunter is coming back officially. So, yeah. And you know, you have M1K, you have the Mortal Kombat live action reboot sequel coming out this year. So it's the best time for them to do this. And yeah, I like Call. I like this matchup between these two characters. These two, I vibe with these two. I vibe with this matchup a lot more than Wolf.
Wow.
And I think Hanzo Hasashi has been due for a run back for a long time.
That for sure.
I know Hanzo is in the new timeline and he will eventually become a Scorpion sequel, but the idea of it's Fly Lang being as Scorpion, and you can't replace perfection. That's just
Yeah, admittedly, that of all the changes MK1 made, that one was probably the one that took the most time to get used to.
Yeah. And it is. It's definitely something that I'm still getting used to myself. But also, when you think Mortal Kombat, you do relatively think of Scorpion because Eddie Boone loves Hanzo Hasashi to death. One would say
He voiced him, goddammit.
Yeah, exactly. He voiced him. He put him on the box for the past timeline games. And I would want to see Scorpion come back. And I want us to use a Hunter x Hunter character that ironically isn't Gone because Gone still hasn't gotten into that battle.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Kurapika would be a pretty good second choice if they were gonna bring back Hunter x Hunter, which I really hope they. I mean, they have to eventually, but either Kurapika or Muroum are probably would be my top choices.
Kurapika is definitely a character that I vibe with so much. Like, I love his journey.
Yeah. He is. Yeah, his journey, his story, his abilities is just. It's all great, and just I don't know, seeing him get along with Golden, Killua, and Leorio, that's just sweet. Just sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I definitely approve of this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh, actually, this is gonna be tricky for my roots and bets. Probably slightly leading towards rooting Kurapika, and
I mean,
in
terms of experience, I would say Scorpion.
I actually not. My gut is telling me Kurapika, but I'm not sure because of Mortal Kombat 1. I mean, not the. I'm very sure it has some buffs aside from just that.
Well, I mean, we would have to exclude N1K and just stick to the old timeline. Because there are 3 separate timelines. So if you use the midway timeline, Scorpion kind of wins because he has the ability to drag you to hell and get stronger the more he's there. But if you use the first NetherRealm timeline, then he doesn't have that ability anymore. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Is like how do they handle this with Hanzo?
Mm-hmm. I guess. I mean, I guess I feel slightly more comfortable going Scorpion, but like, I don't know. I'm honestly not 100% sure on that. Like, I do think Kurapika would give him a run for his money for sure, but
he would.
Yeah. So
it's just that MK1 made it weird because like apparently now like like all the character endings in MK11, the ones that end the ones that begin after the character you pick defeats Kronika. Yeah, they're all canon.
Yeah. Yep.
They're all canon, and every single one of them is its own like separate timeline that's splintered off from the Netherrealm timeline. So like,
Thanks, Ed Boon.
so I guess like the implication here is that every single playable character in MK11 can beat Kronika.
Yes, even fucking Rambo can beat.
Rambo.
So it's like So it's like make sense of that.
Well, I think for the purposes of this, you would have to discount that because then if you give Hanzo Hasashi the defeating Kronika feat and he has the powers of the crown and the hourglass, then
I've even still, I probably wouldn't give him like the crown or the hourglass.
No.
But it was clear none of them needed it to win. I guess I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Also, too, the track has to be called "Get Over Here."
Yeah. There you go.
Short and simple.
Yeah. I still like Unchained Vengeance, but yeah.
All right. Cool. So I'm gonna stop dancing around some of these. It's funny that I mentioned one of these games earlier. Next up is Master Hand versus Polygon Man. I mentioned PlayStation All Stars earlier, and now we got the game's main villain.
We got the final boss.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I understand that this match is like incredibly weird. From like a research perspective, I understand that. I still think this actually. I still think this would be sick.
Oh yeah,
it would.
It would be sick as hell, especially
it's literally. I'm sorry. It's literally a giant fucking hand fighting a polyglass fucking mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if you just use all the freaking have a Polygon army of all the PlayStation All Stars, that'd be
sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then Polygon Man himself can transform into the different stage hazards in the game. He can literally turn into Hades.
Oh my god.
God.
So that's neat, I guess. But then also on the other side, there was an army of Master Hands. Because Smash Ultimate just had to make things crazy. I love it, but it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So there, I guess there's that too.
Yeah.
And I don't know. After that woman at Melee, where the main thing that stood out to me was Master Hand literally picking up Final Destination and using it as a baseball bat.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm sold. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
I think this is a really fun fight, and I'd be so down to see it. I also on one hand I do kind of wish PlayStation All Stars got another sequel just so we have more Polygon Man to work with, but I don't know. With what we have now, I still think it'd be a sick as hell fight. So
yeah, Sony, give us another PlayStation All Stars, you cowards. You have plenty of characters to work with now.
Exactly. Come on.
You have so many characters to work with. You don't even have to resort to third parties anymore. And out there third parties like DMC Dante. Who the hell came up with that?
Yeah. Goodness. Yeah. So I don't care. Is there any yeah, go on, Richard. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay. I mean, we know that PlayStation All Stars is still talked about to this day. I mean, hell, even Kratos referenced it in God of War Ragnarok.
That's true.
That is true, actually. Hold on.
It's funny because like every time PlayStation announces, oh, by the way, we're doing a state of play in like a couple days, everyone's like, like, okay, is this the state of play that we're finally gonna get the rumored PlayStation All Stars 2? Because apparently there's rumors going around that that's a thing. Hell, so not only was the God of War thing true, but here's a fun little side note. Polygon Man appears as a rescuable bot in Astrobot.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He is literally called, I shit you not, the forgotten mascot.
No. Yeah, I mean that fits, but
yeah.
Yes, sad.
It does kind of. I will say I do feel kind of bad for Polygon Man, because like yeah, there's the whole forgotten mascot thing. That's always been true, but like it is neat that they brought him back for PlayStation All Stars as like the game's main villain. Exactly. But like, not only did the game itself kind of like underperform by a lot, but the fight itself is yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen footage and it makes sense, but yeah.
He just needed to come. Like I don't mind PlayStation All Star. Like I didn't play a lot of it, but I was like okay with it when I played it. But it's one of those games where it's like I like it, but I do completely understand why people don't.
Right.
And it's like, again, it didn't perform very well. It has some interesting DLC practices.
Yeah.
And then instead of learning from their mistakes and shooting forward for the future, Sony just decided to shut down Superbot. The game's main developers. So, thanks for that.
It's tragic, but because like freaking a concept like a PlayStation like fighting game is great. It's just did not have the right time put into it. I don't think.
Yeah.
Which kind of blows, but. Again, hopefully we'll see another one with Polygon Man as the antagonist. Because I do think that is clever as an idea.
Yeah.
But out of curiosity, by the way, is there any specific reason you put this on here, or?
Aside from I just know you like this matchup a shit ton. Not really.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Just wanted to make sure that was said.
This was I don't remember. This was really high up on an old project we all were working on. That I don't know if I want to go into detail about.
Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about this match quite a bit. When we're bringing that up, so I was like, you know what, screw it.
Yeah. All right. Just wanted to check. So, yeah, okay. And then, Bearding and Betting Master Hand, yeah. I feel like.
I find it funny.
I do remember. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go on. I feel like I do remember hearing some people say Polygon Man wins, but I do not remember why.
There's probably. I mean, I guess it also does depend on how you even research it in the first place.
That is true.
Because this is crossover scaling the death battle episode. So it's do you lean into that or nah? So I don't know. Maybe if you lean super high into it, then maybe you'll get some wild shit for Polygon Man.
Maybe.
Ironically enough, I'm probably rooting and betting Master Hand too, but I think I'd actually this might be another Bowser versus Eggman case where it's I like one character more, but I kind of want the other one to win.
Just the unexpected underdog.
Yeah, like I mean, Polygon Man's not just the underdog in this fight, but he's also kind of the underdog in general.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of people really knew who he was even before, before PlayStation All Stars. Like no one knew who this guy was, and then PlayStation All Stars came out, and people played it and they realized how mid it is, and then he just went back into limbo, only getting small references and like a cameo appearance in Astrobot since then, and that's really about it. So like I think I'd rather see Polygon Man win because I just feel so bad for him. Like Master Hand in contrast, like Smash, like I mean everyone knows what Smash Brothers is, and everyone that's played it knows who Master Hand is.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I mean I like Master Hand a lot more. So like I think I'd be happier if he won, but
yeah.
It's obviously another preferred character W. Thank you. But I don't know. I might I might be rooting for Polygon Man in this fight.
Fair enough. I mean, hey, anything, you never know. Anything could happen. But
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we got another one that's doesn't require much explaining. Although this is on a similar level of maybe it's not that similar, but it's another potential throwback. Just not to like nearly the same degree. It is Scott Pilgrim versus Travis Touchdown.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, this is a hell of a throwback.
So bit of a fun story. The first episode that we had that ZDogg appeared in, obviously one of the questions we ask all of our guests is like favorite episodes, least favorite episodes, most wanted episodes, that kind of stuff. And what one most wanted episode that ZDogg brought up that still to this day has not happened yet is this one.
Yep.
So
yep. Yeah, it was this and Wario versus DDD.
Yeah.
Which, man.
So
yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main reason why this is here.
Yeah. Which honestly, it is kind of funny. Because it feels like I'm actually like, even though I don't talk about this matchup as much, it feels like I have actually gotten more into more interested in these characters over time. Like, because I did actually watch I bought the game on Switch when it was back officially, because it's kind of like the whole a little ancient relic of gaming, because it got discontinued. And then I watched the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, the anime, which is really good. And I have been really interested in getting the No More Heroes games. It's just I haven't pulled the plug on that yet. But so yeah, it just feels like I'm actually more into these characters now than I was back then. Like back then, I think it was just a whole thing of like I saw it a lot, and like I like from my knowledge back then, I just thought it was cool and needed to happen, and I do. Oh, and
Okay. Richard just DC'd. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll keep talking in the meantime.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll come back, but
I'll shoot him a message.
Okay, but no, I still think this fight would be really cool to see, even though like I don't talk about it as much. But yeah, no, I just think the aesthetic, like the vibe here is just really cool, and like just the mech fight, like freaking the batshit insane nature of these series could just be really fun to see against each other. Yeah, I did. Like I know it is in a war between this and Travis versus Jack Heyman from Mad World, but like honestly, I've always been in the camp that I think both deserve to happen eventually. Like both are good matchups, both deserve to happen eventually. So either way, I think it'd be cool.
Ironically enough, I think both matchups actually kind of fell off hard in the community.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Especially after was it No More Heroes 3?
God, yeah.
Apparently made Travis like a freaking like cosmic tier character for some reason.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No More Heroes 3. I've heard gets insane. So yikes.
I will say, I did watch, I think it was Max's Let's Play of No More Heroes 1, and I had heard stories about this series. I had no idea how true they were. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I don't know. I don't. That is certainly a thing that they do. I don't know.
Yeah. So what we're hearing is that you will probably not be representing it.
Probably not. Probably not.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it almost gave me a feeling of like, wow, I'm glad he's not playing it. Not he's playing it, not me. Yeah. Of course, that's no diss against it. Like that's just what it is. And like it does, like as a game, it looks like it does everything it sets out to do.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't even look that bad. It just is like I don't know if I'd be into it.
Yeah, not your vibe.
Yeah.
In terms of yeah, that's fair.
Screw you. Okay. Sorry, I had an alarm go off.
Oh, good. Bad.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I still stand by this. Would be really fun, and I hope to see it eventually. At least give Scott Pilgrim another episode. Like, come on, eventually.
Agreed.
That's got to happen eventually. But yeah,
the fact that Ramona versus Amy is our only Scott Pilgrim matchup is quite sad.
It is very sad. Like,
it is a travesty.
And we haven't even gotten like a DBX of it since. So.
Oh God, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So yeah, bring Scott Pilgrim the series back on Death Battle, please. And as I'm rooting for Scott, and Travis definitely.
How does Travis not win this? That's my question.
Any like after No More Heroes 3, any argument you had for Scott, even though Takes Off actually makes multi-continental Scott a lot more consistent. Yeah, no, he still doesn't win. That still doesn't.
Yeah,
Takes
Off apparently made the infamous, was it Todd?
Todd Moon feat, yeah.
Yeah, they made that feat actually like scalable.
Yep.
Which nothing else did. So good on you, I guess. You still don't win though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good verse buff at least. It's like finally that's consistent, so that's good to see at least.
And for what it's worth, Ramona still gets her shit wrecked by Amy. In case anyone was wondering.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyway, well, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. This one, I feel like, once you see it, you're like, okay, yeah. So I don't know why I continue to be like to just kind of dance around it when I keep saying I'm not going to dance around this anymore. This is Neo versus Parasoul. So of course the main reason is I had to put a Skullgirls matchup on here. That just felt obvious.
No way. Why now, bro? Why would you ever think you needed to do that?
I don't know. You know, it's almost like I think I saw like a video or something that you made like 2 years ago or something that detailed a bunch of like matchups for Skullgirls characters, but I don't know. I think I made that up.
Yeah. Nah.
Anyway, so I actually like sifted through a lot of different Skullgirls matchups to find like the one that that A works and B fits within the challenges I set for myself. Like I could have put in like Kanji versus Beowulf, but I had Chie, so that was a no.
Wait, sorry, say that again. Sorry, I connected to my Bluetooth. Gosh dang it.
I was going to put Kanji versus Beowulf on here, but I had Chie, so that was a no. So I actually consulted that old video of yours that I think I made up. And this match came up, and I was like, you know, I remember him talking about the other one. I think I was also debating was Melina versus Painwheel, but I don't entirely remember why I didn't go with that one. I mean, obviously I have Scorpion, so that was like there was that. Yeah. But I feel like I came up with that after, but I could be wrong. It ultimately doesn't matter at the end of the day. So, yeah. But I came up with so I think I think the other one was for Parasoul. What was the other Parasoul matchup? I remember.
I'm guessing it was Winter.
That was it. Yeah, it was Winter.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I'm gonna take like a quick glance at Parasoul real quick. I'm gonna see like what the deal is with that, and it's through that I was like, I think I'm gonna go with Neo. I also had to. This one also feels like I'm kind of indulging myself. I'm putting a Ruby character on here. But
I was gonna say,
but
there's nothing wrong with that.
But I mean, if it's any consolation, I think this is the only time I do that. So,
no, that's fine. I'm sure I. To be fair, I'm sure. I think I did that last time too. So, it's all good.
But yeah. So, I mean, really, this is here because it's Skullgirls, and it's a match you brought up in your Skullgirls video, and I was like, I bet.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. No, I honestly, it's kind of funny that you brought up the debating doing this or Winter, because I honestly feel like over time, like Winter has kind of overshadowed this one, which is kind of a shame. Like I understand, because I do think from what I understand, I do think Winter is also pretty cool and thematic and all that. But like, I don't know. I mean, this one is kind of simple, but like I don't know. I think it just could be a fun fight, just with how like again like could just, and of course character bias involved, but also I just think Neo could be pretty fun in an episode. I think all of her abilities, like against all of Parasoul's abilities, can make for a fun fight. So I'm down for this one. I definitely proved it.
Remember when I said earlier that I like having characters with like a ton of abilities and arsenal and whatnot? Take one solid glance at Neo's semblance real quick. You know, it's kind of funny. I don't want to get too far into detail because obviously, but it's funny that like I mentioned earlier that this match is kind of me like indulging myself a little bit. It's kind of funny that I say that because if you've seen our the Ruby podcast with me, Mate, and Aiden, you'll know that we have a history of shitting on Neo.
Oh no.
So yeah. I mean, I think Neo is a fun combatant. You know, like I said earlier, a ton of abilities. Like she obviously has her weapon, but she can also copy the weapons of others. I guess I'm diving a bit into spoilers here, so whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you read our, I mean, I know they're down right now, but We're working to re-upload them to WordPress, but we did a blog. It was Neo, Toga, and Toko.
Yeah.
Read that and you'll understand what I mean for Neo. Just know there are some pretty heavy Volume 9 spoilers. And not only are they heavy story spoilers, but they're also just heavy in general, because Volume 9 is ouch.
Oh boy.
I mean that in a good way, to be fair, but ouch.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I think you know what I mean.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm good. Also, side note on that note, honestly, on record, I'm going to make sure I catch up with Ruby before Ruby versus Makaka comes out. Let that be known. I'm making a self-imposed thing with myself to make sure to catch up on Ruby before Ruby Maka comes out. Let that be known.
There you go.
Side note. But yeah, no, and honestly, I know, obviously I talk about Skullgirls a lot coming into Death Battle, and while I say that I don't am pretty comfortable with all the roster in Skullgirls, honestly I feel like Parasoul, despite not being one of my mains, I feel like her actually would be a pretty solid choice to come to Death Battle. She's not outwardly one of the one of the main faces of the game and first glance, but I don't know, I think her story is pretty interesting, and actually she's actually the main focus, or one of the main focuses of the Skullgirls webtoon, which is actually really good, which goes a little bit more into her whole thing of her duties of her duties in as a part of the military group she's a part of. So yeah, honestly, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm just down for any representation of Skullgirls, but I honestly think Parasoul would be a really good first introduction to it on the show, and hey, I think this matchup would be a lot of fun to do it with. So yeah, let's get it. So yeah, no, I think this matchup's a lot of fun, and yeah, I approve. I mean, I don't think it's any surprise that I'd be rooting Parasoul in this case, right? That should be a certified to the surprise of absolutely nobody moment. I'm not as confident on who should win, honestly. My bias is wanting to say Parasoul, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure from what I understand, the volume buffs might actually help her, help Neo in this case.
Well, as far as I know, Skullgirls is boxing above town level, then you're probably good. Then Parasoul probably wins.
I think it's from what I understand, it's in the multi-city block ranges, I think. So
well, then we gotta fight.
I think so. Anyway,
what about for speed?
I think there's light, bullet dodging and stuff like that. Babe, I think there's some lightning dodging as well. I'm not sure.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it just bullet timing? Because that's bad.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't really thought about it. I don't know. I have to look more into it, but yeah. But I guess I'll say Neo for now. But I don't know. I could be surprised. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has something better. Unable to think of it right now, but well.
Well, maybe Skullgirls gets on Death Battle one day, then you'll be more of an expert on it.
There you go.
Because there's no way we're getting a Skullgirls match and you're not there.
Exactly. Down there, 100%.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Next up, let's let's get into some cartoony shenanigans.
Oh.
You got Mr. Krabs versus Scrooge McDuck.
You had me at cartoons.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I feel like this one doesn't need much explanation, but do so anyway.
ZDogg really likes SpongeBob. I had to put a SpongeBob matchup on here.
Yeah. This feels like a. Sorry, this feels like it's half a ZDogg matchup and half a Richard matchup. Because I'm the only one here out of the three of us who has seen DuckTales, both the '80s cartoon and the 2017 reboot.
I
wanted
to watch the reboot for a while now, but I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so I'm a huge Scrooge McDuck fan, and
hey, there you go.
I mean, hell, Scrooge versus Shovel Knight was one of my favorite episodes of season 4, and I can assume it's the same for ZDogg because ZDogg got to see Shovel Knight in.
Yeah, if only because of that. Yeah, it's kind of up there.
All right, no, but this isn't my spotlight, so go ahead, ZDogg.
I mean, yeah, man. I do like this. Honestly feels like in general, like not just in Death Battle, in versus in general. How the hell has nobody done this matchup yet? Like,
it's one of life's great mysteries.
But yeah, it feels like one of the most obvious like comparisons like in general out there, but like no one has done listen, I'm all down with like Death Battle doing a curveball and Scrooge versus Shovel Knight. Like I'm all down for that, but like I am so surprised this hasn't been done yet. Like I hope it gets done eventually, because I think like obviously like SpongeBob bias, but like I don't know, I just think like just these characters like would just be so fun to see. Like, I mean, obviously we saw Scrooge, but shut up. Like see again. Just with how like absurd they can get. Yeah, no, I think this matchup's a really fun one, and definitely one that needs to be done eventually. So I do hope it gets done, but
yeah, I mean, it's not like the numbers don't warrant a SpongeBob return, because SpongeBob versus Aquaman is currently sitting at a decent 4 million views. So, which is tied with John Wick versus James Bond. So
that's actually nuts.
I mean, that is. Okay, no. What's nuts is that SpongeBob versus Aquaman has more views than Trunks versus Silver.
It doesn't actually like.
What?
Okay, listen.
Guys, what are you doing?
Nostalgia, Brobuscus, nostalgia. Damn it.
That's not even shade towards SpongeBob versus Aquaman. That fight's great, but what the hell? Okay.
The numbers don't lie, and neither do I.
Okay, but even as someone who prefers that fight, yeah, that's a bit insane, not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. My goodness.
How are y'all letting that one get more views than freaking Dragon Ball and Sonic? Like make that make sense.
Nostalgia, Brobuscus, nostalgia. That's how it makes sense.
Exactly. Everyone now has to watch Trunks versus Silver daily to get these numbers up to please Brobuscus. In fact, we're going to do that right after this. I'm kidding.
Exactly. I'm fucking gonna watch.
That was so not worth it, by the way. I just slammed my hands against the corners of my desk. What was I doing?
I don't know. What were you doing?
I don't know, but it was stupid.
Yeah.
I regret it.
I do agree with ZDogg. We are due for another SpongeBob run back, but then we're long overdue for more Disney afternoon characters because
That is also
but
I was Scrooge the only one who's gotten from that.
I know, no Darkwing. Well, no, it's not just Scrooge. Goliath.
I guess we did
was
get Goliath,
also-
yeah.
Yeah, Goliath.
That was
and-
still season 2.
Oh yeah,
I
Yeah.
know, but it's like,
And it was
okay,
al-
yeah, no Darkwing Duck.
and it was also
No-
shit. So do we really want to count it?
That is
I mean,
also true.
fair. I mean, but yeah, no fucking Darkwing Duck. No, it's just Scrooge. But anyway, I would love to see this fight because yeah, it does make sense thematically. Although Scrooge is a much better billionaire character, whereas Mr. Krabs is actually a shit boss.
Yeah, well, I still love him.
Yeah. It would be cool to see these two interact with each other. And
Yeah,
It-
I honestly just with like the amount of insane stuff they get into, like I think
Yeah.
just seeing like a fight play out would be awesome. So
yeah.
Maybe this fight can actually give Scrooge a personality, but you didn't hear that from me.
No, yeah, I would love it if they actually got a voice actor
Yeah.
to Scrooge this time.
and hey, we just get the person who. I mean, we have a David and Tennant impersonator already, so I mean.
Oh my god, that's right! We can get Elliot back!
That's
Holy
true.
crap, that's... Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, Elliot could come back as Scrooge, that would be awesome.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Getting ideas.
Although imagine if Liam can do a perfect Mr. Krabs
Oh my-
impression.
I was about to say,
right. I wouldn't be surprised.
I was about,
Honestly.
I was about to say, good luck finding someone who can
Popeye.
impersonate Clancy Brown,
Uh,
because Nickelodeon themselves can't even do it.
no,
Damn,
they can't.
You're right.
But again, you didn't hear that from me.
Yeah,
That's accurate.
yeah. I don't know who to bet for on
Yeah.
this, especially if we're gonna scale Mr. Krabs to SpongeBob, in which case
I mean,
we know who takes the speed advantage.
yeah,
gonna-
exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
I
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how Scrooge wins this. But at the same time, I also didn't do. But at the same time, I also have done like 0 feet searching on him. So maybe I'm just completely
Yeah.
out of my mind. But
I'm sure he would get a lot higher than he would against Shovel Knight. So
I mean, he's got
But-
magic hacks on his side.
Yeah.
He has gadget inventions.
God.
Yeah. That's,
I just know I just know DuckTales only kind of like dabbles in Toon Force, as opposed to like
right.
They do.
as opposed to like Looney
SpongeBob, right.
Tunes or SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse. That was what I was trying to say. I don't know why I said Looney Tunes. I mean, I wasn't wrong. I mean, I wasn't wrong, but that wasn't the comparison I was trying to make.
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, we know Scrooge is no slouch in the durability department because there is an episode from the original series where his safe was launching from outer space back into Duckburg, and Scrooge was on the building, and he essentially survived the re-entry from space into Earth, and that comes out to about, I think, a large city level, if I'm correct.
I think so, yeah. But that's still pretty good.
Yeah. So he's no slouch.
Exactly. Yeah, no. Yeah, but no, I definitely think this would be a fun one to see, and yeah, I'm definitely a fan of it. So
Now go watch Trunks versus Silver, you cowards.
exactly.
I want it to be clear. My outburst earlier was entirely in jest.
Yeah.
I am a I am a snarky person by nature. Okay, it just happened.
Oh my gosh! Also, I'm rooting Mr. Krabs. I think that should be pretty obvious.
Yeah, I don't think that
I would-
was any surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do really need to watch at least the DuckTales reboot because that looks
It's
really
actually better. It's actually well written.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't think you guys want me to watch the original DuckTales cartoon.
fun. Oh no!
So I don't. I haven't seen it.
Hey,
I haven't seen it. I'm probably not going to see it. I don't think you guys want me to see it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hey, Hey, I at least played DuckTales Remastered. Does that count?
That does count. Yes.
Hey, there we go.
All right. So this next one, this one's gonna be interesting because I don't think you have like a super personal connection to it, but this is one that's it's another throwback.
Okay.
It's one that you and I have. I don't know where I'm going with this. All right, I'm just gonna say what it is. It's Cammy versus Nina.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah. So for context, so well, first of all, I think ZDogg has made it abundantly clear that he is not particularly a fan of Cammy versus Sonya.
Yeah.
And it's through that he's like, maybe less so nowadays, but before, but back in the day, he would talk about Cammy quite a bit and how he wants to see Cammy get a run back.
Yeah, I do really like Cammy as a character. I feel like I don't know how much I talk about it, but like, I do really like her character. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then we also have a bit of a connection to this fight because of Crossover X, freaking Battle Royale. Yep. Does anybody remember that? I bet you don't. I do. They may be gone, but I'm getting sappy. Let's not do that. I was about to get some like sappy cliche bullshit, but let's not do that. All right. Anyway. So yeah, there's that. So I was like, you know what? For the throwback and for the respect to Cammy, and for the experience we both got with this matchup, let's do it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, no, I definitely think this is a really good matchup, honestly. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't really know how much I can say about it, but like, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, the connections are really solid. I really like Cammy as a character. Nina seems really fun, like a really fun and interesting character as well. So, yeah, no, I think this one works really well, and yeah, so yeah. Also the crossover X on our, sorry, the Battle Royale on our is really good. You should watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. And
So.
It is really good, and I'm not just saying that because they use Metal Gear Rising music, although that is definitely a plus.
That definitely doesn't hurt though. But no, yeah. Well, also it also has LC Lovelock, so you know, whatever that's
true.
Worth.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Definitely think this is a very good one, and I do appreciate the throwback. So, yeah. I don't really know what. Like, I feel like honestly, this kind of feels like it speaks for itself. But
yeah,
I mean, I definitely approve of it. So, yeah. As for rooting and betting, I am very much rooting Cammy. Gosh, I actually don't know. Like, I do agree with the Battle Royale, but like since then, I feel like like the scaling for these series has gone like off the chain. So.
I mean, Street Fighter is like very solid. Like 99% of Street Fighter's cast is like very solidly country level now.
Yeah.
Whatever the E Honda feat got to.
Yeah.
That's one that like pretty much everybody scales to. Because like E Honda is like such a not character in Street Fighter. Like that. That's probably such like a backhanded thing to say about him. Like, I don't have anything against E Honda, but as far as like story relevance goes, he has like next to none.
Exactly.
So yeah. I mean, so if that's the case, from what I remember, when researching Tekken, unless Nina miraculously scales to like like true Devil Gene users, like Jin or Kazuya. Specifically Jin and Kazuya, they have I don't know if I want to spoil it, but they have an insane feat from Tekken 8.
Right.
I don't know if Nina scales to it. I would probably say probably not. Because like, yeah, I don't think I want to get too far into it. So I won't. I'll just say if Nina scales to it, she wins, like easy.
Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking too, honestly.
Oh, and by the way, Jin beats the shit out of Ryu now, in case you were wondering.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
I will say, I don't know if I've said this before, but if I haven't, I'll say it again. I'll say it here. I know I remember being kind of like apprehensive towards Ryu versus Jin in terms of the result. Actually, that episode never came out. Never mind. Yeah, I was very apprehensive towards the result of that. That has since changed. Over the years, I have like fully agreed with Ryu winning. And then Tekken 8 came out and it was like, yeah. So fun fact. No.
I don't know about the Tekken 8 stuff, but that's kind of in the same boat. Like, because I think I was actively upset over freaking that episode, like the result of it specifically. But then, like, yeah, I just like, oh, well, yeah, I see it. I just, like you, I just mellowed out, like, okay, yeah, but oh well. Hey, you know what? Freaking, like Ryu was my preferred in that fight, so I don't care nowadays.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I prefer Ryu anyway, so I was okay. I was okay with him winning. I just didn't think I agreed with it. And then over time, I did. And then Tekken 8 was like, yeah, no, you don't.
Tekken 8. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're approaching the end here. So this one's gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
So right out the gate, I'm gonna say I prefer a different matchup, and once you see the match, you'll already know what I'm talking about. I just wanted to throw this on there because I know how much of a fan you are of one of these games in particular. Yeah, it's a video game matchup. I need to stop dancing around this shit. I keep saying no. It's Greninja versus Ranno from Rivals of Ether.
Hey, yo, nice. Okay.
I had to throw a Rivals of Ether matchup on here. I had to do it, and this was the only one that, like, as soon as I thought of that, I was like, oh, okay.
It's gotta be this one.
Like, I was like, oh, you know what? I need to throw a Rivals of Ether matchup on here. Okay, I know what matchup I'm throwing on here. That's basically how it went down.
That's completely fair, honestly. Yeah, no, like, I will still stand by. I do think. I mean, I say that now. I feel like Rivals has gotten a lot more, like, mainstream in a way. Like back then, it felt like it was just like, oh, like, kind of an. I can't really say niche thing, but like not as many people were talking about it, and then freaking kind of exploded, and then got a sequel. So
it was like indie Smash Brothers with a bunch of literally who's.
Exactly. Well, there were. Yeah.
Well, and then they just and then they just decided to add like people like Shovel Knight and like I was gonna say Rayman, but that was Brawlhalla.
I mean with workshop stuff you can add Rayman, so
yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, but no, Shovel Knight and Ori.
Yeah, I guess Brawlhalla was the game I was thinking of that added like a shit ton of crossovers.
Yeah, but no, I yeah, Rivals of Aether is a very good game. I definitely recommend it if you haven't tried it. And yeah, no, this matchup just works, just vibes. I mean, I'm pretty sure like freaking literally like Ranno was basically inspired by Greninja, so in a way. And yeah, no, I just think this matchup works really well, and it would be very cool. And yeah, just seeing any Rivals of Aether representation would make me really happy. And I think either this or Incineroar versus Zetaburn. Zetaburn is probably going to be our likely first one, because I actually think the creator Dan Fornace actually mentioned Incineroar Zetaburn in some interview.
Really?
I think it was about. I remember hearing about that, but it was either this or it was either that or Greninja Ranno. So yeah, I mean both matchups are cool, so I'm down for either. I'd probably slightly prefer this one just because I don't know. I think Greninja would be really cool to see on as well. So yeah, either way, I'm down, and I just think more rivals and versus would be appreciated. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and then roots and bets. I'm rooting for Ranno. I think Greninja pretty solidly wins. Pretty solidly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about rivals, but I don't think I need to explain that Pokemon gets pretty buck wild.
Yeah.
So admittedly, again, I know my perception is a bit skewed, but I'd be surprised if Greninja loses this.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we're going from one indie rep to another. And this time I'm actually gonna stop dancing around it. It's Devil versus the Snatcher.
Hey, let's go. The bees. Hell yeah, literally. Yeah.
I felt like I had to put a Hat in Time on here, and no Hat Kid matchup was really coming to my mind that could work for this. So I was like, oh, you know what? We both like this matchup a lot, so let's do that instead.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I think this matchup is awesome. Like short and sweet of it. I just their personalities that are just so charming in their games, and I mean, and you know the Netflix show for Cuphead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I think their athletes are really fun, and them bouncing off each other would be awesome. So yeah, no, I very much approve of this. This is like, again, solidly in like my top 10 of the like most wanted right now. So it like I mean I feel like I need to like settle that down, but this is definitely up there as a matchup I really enjoy.
Yeah.
So yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it's probably not going to happen on the show, because I'm guessing they're probably just going to do Devil versus Hades from Hercules. But I mean, I guess
okay.
you know, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened, but yeah, no. But I would definitely choose this one if I had the choice. So yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll sit down and play Cuphead, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'd recommend giving it a shot, but good luck. That's all.
I definitely Cuphead is one of those games I definitely understand the appeal. Just looking at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see how like millions of people would like this game. I don't know. I guess I've always been kind of like hesitant about it, because like it looks like a game that's meant to be like I know everybody talks about how hard the game is.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And it looks like I don't know. It probably wasn't the intention, but it looks like a game that was like meant to piss people off when they play it.
I can somewhat attest to that. Yeah.
And I'm
well. I mean, even if you,
I don't know. I've just been kind of hesitant about games like that in general.
That's completely fair, honestly.
So I've kind of been staying away from Cuphead.
I would recommend that as a compromise, watch the Netflix Cuphead series.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like
Okay.
if you don't want to dip your head, if you don't want to like touch the game, like definitely watch the show because it is very good.
The show is amazing. Which, by the way, rip.
Yeah.
I cannot believe Netflix canceled the damn thing, but I shouldn't be surprised. Netflix cancels fucking everything on this damn earth.
Of course. Unfortunate. But yeah, no, it was a good run while it was on. So
Yeah,
and Devil
I would
is
say
honestly probably a highlight of the show.
Oh yeah, no, Devil. Okay, Devil is better in the show than he is in the game because in the game there's not much. So okay, the game is just a simple. You have to go save this person, and then you run into the devil. Whereas the show, it's the complete opposite. It's purely, it's non-traditional, episodic. So each episode is just its own adventure. And every time Devil shows up to try and get Cuphead's soul, it's amazing. They have the best dynamic that aren't. It harkens back to Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I feel that.
The show is well written. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it is the best cartoon of recent eras, but no, it's definitely it's a gem. It's definitely a gem.
It looks good and it's pretty funny at times. So that's really it. But it's definitely charming.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, side note on the Snatcher side, please get Youngtown to reprise his role if you ever do this.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh, he freaking hams up the Snatcher in the show or in the game.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
Fantastic.
I'm just gonna say it. I know you'll talk about roots and bets when we get to the end of it, but I really want the Snatcher to win this. I never finished A Hat in Time. I'm not even like 100,000% sure I even got to his fight, but I've played I'm pretty sure I've played at least enough to meet him, and I've seen enough Let's Plays and whatever to understand how he works as a character, and god damn.
Yeah.
I agree. If you can get Youngtown to reprise his role, please do it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure they will, but you never know. But I'm sure Youngtown would be cool enough to. I mean, I don't know if there's any. Actually, I guess I don't know if there's any like restrictions from Gears for Breakfast. I'm sure they'd be cool with it, right? Like,
honestly, not.
like,
I'm honestly not 100% sure if there's like restrictions on that for indie games in general. Like, I've always wondered about that.
Yeah.
Because I wondered about that a lot when I was writing for Shantae versus Lilac.
Lilac. Yeah.
I wondered about that quite a bit. I was like, maybe. I don't know, because obviously, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't claim to know how contracts work, so obviously, don't take my word for it.
Yeah.
But
kind of ironically bringing this up during this fight of all things.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Just off like vibe, I don't think indie devs would be, because like they're indie, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're not under some like big time corporation like Nintendo or Sony.
Right.
So. Yeah, I'd be like, I just feel like they're a bit more lax towards that kind of stuff, but I guess I don't claim to know how that works, so
right.
So yeah,
I guess only time will tell, but yeah. Also, I last thing before, but like, man, now I just realized that I really hope if this ever happens, I really hope Moro's on it, because my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Like freaking get the guy who's most known for working on indie stuff and just their designs I think would fit really
He's
well
made
in Mora's art
Cuphead
style.
stuff. Like
Exactly.
he's made Cuphead animations. It shouldn't be that hard.
Exactly. So fingers crossed.
I
if it ever
know
happens.
Mora would be down to do this episode if they wouldn't even have to ask him. I'm pretty sure he would just fight tooth and nail to get it.
Exactly. Well, here's hoping if it does happen. So, yeah. All right, and as for roots and bets, I'm honestly going to say rooting both because I like them both a lot. But I am gonna side with the Snatcher, honestly, in terms of winning. Because I think I mentioned this when we talked about Hackett last time, but I'm pretty sure I hadn't time get like the final boss makes Snatcher pretty overpowered. I'm pretty sure he's I forget. I mean, obviously, like Snatcher, is shown to be a lot superior to Hackett. Freaking takes her hat for her. Takes her hat in your boss fight. So, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable saying Snatcher wins, but
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to the next one, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So, this is around the time in a normal season, when we get a Halloween episode. It's a Halloween themed episode. And I literally couldn't think of anything more fitting than this. Like, this isn't like a super big thing. Okay. Build up. I hate it. All right. I am talking about, if it'll load, Mysterio versus Scarecrow.
Oh. Yep.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So I know you're not like a super big Marvel and DC guy. So this was like
pretty on the casual side.
yeah. So like this was like of all the matchups on here, this was probably like the biggest. Maybe stretch is the wrong word, but like this is one I was like, okay. But I know you've talked about this one quite a bit. I know how much I know you like it. So, and you know, I guess it kind of fits with the Halloween theme. And it's also a Marvel versus DC fight. Those happen all the time. So I was like, you know what? Obligation, I guess.
Yeah, obligation. There you go. Yeah, no, honestly, despite being a bit of an outside, like I am like more on the casual side of Marvel and DC fan of a Marvel and DC fan, but like I still think this fight would be cool as hell to watch. Like honestly, I feel like just No Way Home. Wait, it was a home far from home, not No Way Home. Yeah, Far From Home. Gosh, freaking titles. Far From Home, like just completely sold me on this match. That alone, just like I like all the like crazy illusion stuff you could do with this one. Just I don't know, it just kind of sold me. And then just the like seeing what they did in Madara Aizen also just
yeah.
Just,
I remember when
sold me.
When Mate was talking about this match, he was like, okay, so take like all the illusionary shit they did in Madara versus Aizen and make that the whole fight.
Yep.
You get this.
Basically. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, no, I mean, I probably can't speak on it as much as other people, but like, I don't know. I just think I just stand by this fight would be really cool to watch. And again, I'm pretty sure I'm sure I've said this before, but yeah, it just feels like one of the last big Marvel DC fights that we really should get, honestly. So
yeah. I'm honestly kind of amazed this hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be coming soon. Like I don't know, like maybe in the next year or so, but only time will tell. So
I definitely think this fight should happen very soon because this is probably the one Marvel versus DC fight everybody and their grandmother wants to see, and it would be a very unique fight.
Yeah.
And it's not as if this wouldn't draw attention, because the Scarecrow is relatively still one of Batman's most popular rogues, and you do have that that push for Mysterio because of the MCU. So I think it would be nice, and it would essentially be a trippy fight, because it's literally illusions versus I don't want to say illusions, but it's mind fuckery. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I understand, Mysterio's. I mean, if the movies are anything to go by, anyway, I'm not like crazy familiar with Mysterio from the comics.
That's fair.
But Mysterio's illusions are more like they're not really. They're tech based. They're not really illusions per se.
No. Well, okay. Yes.
Just special effects.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
so
special effects.
because Mysterio in the comics was a special effects guy, and his whole deal is that he uses his knowledge of special effects and creates technology that can essentially create illusions. Like, the biggest illusion he ever did was, I believe he was the one who came up. It's been a hot minute, so I may correct myself, but his illusions were so strong that he was able to trick Wolverine into killing the X-Men.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and Scarecrows are more chemical based, but they all depend on. You have to breathe in his chemical gas in order for the illusions to kick in. So that's the only downside of this fight, is that they're gonna have to stretch it a little bit to kind of get the effects. So it's literally special effects versus chemicals.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find a way to make it work well. So I believe in them.
Need to find a way to have Scarecrow's fear toxin get past Mysterio's stupid freaking fish globe.
Yeah, which, by the way, does filter out toxins. So there you go. Would you believe me?
And ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a rip.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Would you also? I was also going to say, going back to his design. Would you believe me if I told you that one of Spider-Man's nicknames for Mysterio is Bubblehead?
I can believe that.
Yeah,
actually.
that adds up. That adds up. My gosh.
I mean, I know it's called out in like Spectacular Spider-Man as well, but like he looks like he's wearing a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, so I may have so I just accidentally kind of just gave everybody the impression of who wins this. Because...
To be completely fair, I was already thinking Mysterio just because of the whole, like, normally normally Spider-Man characters are above Batman characters, so...
Well, wait. I will give Scarecrow some, like, benefit of the doubt in that regard, because, like, most of Spider-Man's rogues don't really, like, experience Spidey at, like, full strength. Because Spider-Man is one of those characters, like, if he doesn't hold back, people around him die. So he holds back in like pretty much every single one. That's actually what if you remember our Moon Knight versus Azrael blog.
Oh yeah.
That actually like that concept if that wasn't a concept, that would have like murdered the debatability of that match. Like that, like if you've read our blog, that match was like it came down to the wire.
That is true.
Yeah.
And then also Speedy and Twice recently did a Catwoman versus Black Cat blog as well, and that it kind of in a similar boat. So I don't think Mysterio. I would need to read Mysterio's comics to be sure. Luckily, he has less than 200 of them, so if this match does happen,
really?
probably.
Yeah, because he's mostly appearing in Spider-Man.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of Marvel's villains don't have like nearly as many comics as you might expect.
All right. Well,
Nah.
I mean, I might
Um,
need to educate myself.
Yeah.
so
I would be down to research Scarecrow for this because I've always been fascinated with Jonathan Crane as a character.
yeah, Scarecrow seems cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's a great villain. And yeah, no, I would love this fight, like ZDogg, because it's a trippy Halloween fight, even though it's kind of one-sided when you really start to analyze it.
One-sided fights can be fun.
Actually, I would love it if they. I mean, okay, so in Injustice 2, they had Scarecrow be voiced by Robert Englund.
Oh yeah,
that was a fucking weird pull. So I'm thinking, like, potentially in my head, imagine if they got Chris Guerrero to voice Jonathan Crane in this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I'm down.
Cool.
Chris Guerrero dies again. Like, you really gonna do that to him again?
Chris Guerrero will get a win eventually. We swear.
Yeah, he'll. I mean, the only other option is you have Tom Schulk voice Jonathan Crane, but I could see, I don't know.
I see the vision for both of them. So.
Yeah. I will say, this could just be biased, but whoever they get to voice Mysterio, I kind of hope it's portrayed in a similar manner to Spectacular Spider-Man, which, by the way, watch Spectacular Spider-Man. It's great. That show, just in general, just kind of has some of my, like, particularly for, like, Mysterio and Goblin are like, the way they're portrayed and voiced in Spectacular is kind of the definitive ones for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we lived in an alternate universe where Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4 happened, we were actually going to have Mysterio in that as a opening villain in a montage, and he was going to be played by Bruce Campbell.
Oh, really?
Of course he was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, damn.
Which also, on a side note, if they could get Bruce Campbell to reprise to play Mysterio in this episode, that would be fucking awesome.
That'd be fun.
God.
It can happen. He has said, Bruce Campbell has said, for $3,000 he'll be in anything.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so this next match is it is one of the big three. Unfortunately, this is probably going to take. Unfortunately, this is probably only going to take like 30 seconds.
Okay, well.
Yeah, and just like that, you know what this is.
I knew it.
Yeah, you knew it. You called it immediately. Yeah, I'm putting Luce versus Ann on here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, this. I mean, I know you said the two were repeating. Yeah, this one had to be repeated.
Yeah.
This God. I fucking do it already.
I will say though, the only new thing I can add here, is that part of me was debating on doing a matchup with Marcy instead. Or
Sasha.
But I couldn't think of anything, and B, this just made way too much sense to put on here.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like this. Yeah, if you know me, you'd probably know that. Yeah, this is like one of my new favorite matchups of all time.
Avatar is.
Yeah, I was gonna say literally like freaking.
Which the audience can't see at this current moment.
Yeah, for reference, it's a draw. I was gonna say,
and I'm not putting it on screen because screw editing.
Okay, well, if you're wondering, it's a drawing of Anne in her Final Calamity form, drawn by Carbonated Gem, who you should calm right now. Gem and Eve, technically. Yeah.
I guess in the future, if I had to give ZDogg an Amphibia matchup that wasn't this, my best bet would just be because I saw this recently, I would just do movie Sonic versus Ann.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen
Okay.
that go around.
I know that's another big one, which I'm also down for because
Yeah.
that one's really fun as well. So yeah. No, I mean I wouldn't complain, but no, there's just hits all the chords perfectly.
Yeah.
And
I won't
Yeah.
say. I won't get into details because it's spoilers, but Sonic 3 kind of made that fight a huge shit stomp.
Yeah, I know. God
it
dang it.
does. Well, it's unfortunate,
Frig.
but it's still be fun.
No,
I
I'm
think
pretty
it's
sure
fun
Sonic
thing.
2 made it a shit stomp.
Well,
Okay, Sonic 1
but-
made it. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. But, I think Sonic 1 made Sonic faster just by default.
yeah.
Because he has that feat. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think Sonic 2 was like, hey, so one of Sonic's quills can power a machine that like sends a beacon across the galaxy or some shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I mean, not 100% sure how that could translate, but that still seems like crazy power, and that's one quill. That's like
Sonic has a bunch of them.
That's like one little strain of yeah. That point actually came up. I'm gonna do some more plugging. I'm sorry to plug in a video that I built for you, but
Yeah. Well.
I did a Sonic versus Shazam blog, or not a blog, a script. And that point actually came up. It was like talking about how like one quill powered that machine, and it's like that puts it on like a level similar to like a generous high end I gave for Shazam. But then it was like, yeah, but that's one quill, and Sonic's got like thousands of them on his body, and that's not even counting like Supersonic and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think from what I understand, that match was always like post Sonic 2. That was like Ann's probably like stronger, but Sonic's like way faster and has some really reliable battlefield removal options if need be, if he absolutely needed it. And then Sonic 3, again, I don't want to spoil it, but Sonic 3 was basically just like, hey, why don't we make Sonic like leagues more powerful? Smile.
Yeah, exactly.
That is awesome.
All I can really add to this is the Art of Amphibia book is out now, so go buy it. Because
There you go.
Matt came out and said if the sales are there for the book, for the art book and the Marcy's journal, then maybe he'll consider continuing Amphibia in some form or another.
There you go.
So no pressure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more we can say because I mean, no, it's a fantastic matchup with fantastic series involved and fantastic characters. I mean, what more could you ask for that, right? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
And just like
Yeah.
that, we're moving on.
To do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just like that, we're moving on.
Wait. Exactly.
All right, next match. This one, this one we definitely have more to talk about. Even though I do, okay. Anyway, build up a stupid. It is Luigi versus Pac-Man.
Oh, that's okay.
I should have seen this one coming.
I saw it coming. I honestly expected it to be the last one, but okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, explain.
I mean, this is like, I mean, from what I remember, this is like literally your most wanted at the moment. So,
yep. I mean, that's basically it.
I mean, I don't think I need any more explanation, but in case you need something, isn't Luigi like straight up one of your favorite characters of all time?
Yep, that as well.
So,
yeah,
I don't think I need any more explanation than that.
Exactly. No. This fight's just really fun. Honestly, that's about it. Like, this. I don't know how much more I can say, but like, freaking, it's just a fun match with like great characters. and you can do a lot of cool stuff with it and whatnot. And yeah, and also for death battle specifically, again, how have you not used Pac-Man? Please explain. But yeah, no, it's just I very much approve. Yeah, I love Luigi and the Mario series as a whole, and yeah, no, just great. Just a great one.
Yeah, and if you need
So.
if anybody watching needs an explanation on how this fight works, play Luigi's Mansion in Pac-Man World. That's literally all you need.
Exactly.
I wouldn't normally I wouldn't even say play Pac-Man World, but like some people still only remember Pac-Man for like the arcade game. So it's like
yeah.
So it's like, hey, go play Pac-Man World, then you'll then you'll get it.
There you go.
And if you're thinking like Luigi, even if you played Pac-Man World and you're like Luigi, that's a random match. Then I guarantee you've forgotten that Luigi's Mansion exists. And if even that's not enough to convince you, then I don't know what will.
Yep.
Also, Origin did a animation on this. At least I think it was Origin.
Origin.
And I think that was what really sold me here. I mean, I always thought the match was like, oh, okay, you know, I get it, but I was like, Then I saw Origin's animation and the way the two sprites like meshed together. I was like, oh, okay. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. That like just on visual appeal alone, you got me.
Yep, there you go. Yeah.
I've always been of the opinion that Luigi desperately needs another run back in Death Battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting any disagreement
100%.
there.
Dude was done dirty.
Mm-hmm.
We need the year of Luigi.
And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I liked Luigi versus Tails. Okay. But even I will tell you, yeah, we need Luigi again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is a really, really good way to do it. So
yeah,
do it. I mean, yeah, and then I feel like no surprise I'm rooting and betting Luigi. I mean, again, you never know, because I'm sure there's some wild thing with Pac-Man that I haven't I'm not aware of that could give him to win, but
I've yet to see any solid feat searching for Pac-Man.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to make it in any bets right now. I think I would probably rather Luigi win. I mean, I don't really have a strong preference one way or the other. I will say I will probably be pretty critical about Luigi research, because I am surrounded by a very Mario coded community, which by itself isn't really a problem, but when they're more lenient on stuff that franchises like that, on franchises that would get okay. Let me rephrase that. Let me try this again. English is my first language, I swear. From my perspective, Mario gets more leniency towards feats and abilities than most other franchises I've ever seen. And
I know one person that's gonna be happy you said that. Sorry.
And I'm gonna say it. This doesn't affect how I feel about the episode, the matchup, or anything else. But that that especially came up when we were talking about Bowser versus Eggman. So maybe I'm bitter. That's possible. But to me, it feels like Mario gets more, and anything that would get like pushback in any other franchise doesn't happen in Mario. And I mean, it's okay. That's fine. You know, you're a Mario fan. I understand that. I'm not trying to like take that away from you, but at the same time, let's be fair here, okay?
Yeah.
Like if Luigi wins,
Exactly.
even with like any pushback I could give it, then all right, cool, fair. Like I said, right now, with my limited knowledge, I think it does make more sense for Luigi to win.
Right.
But I have not seen. Oh, like I said, I have not seen solid research on Pac-Man, and also like again, a lot of the stuff I do know comes from again a very Mario coded community that honestly kind of borders on agenda pushing. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Dare I ask?
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No, don't worry
Okay.
about it. It's
No,
for the
I was gonna ask if I was part of that. But
Oh no.
yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna call anyone out. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm not gonna call anybody out on it. It's nothing to be concerned about. It's just it's like I said, when certain arguments get pushed back for franchises like Sonic and not Mario, it kind of leaves me like,
Yeah, no, I get that.
so how, like, I'm just sitting here like, how is this not agenda pushing? So yeah, I might be a little critical about. I think Luigi especially got it like. Luigi especially has it like okay.
Right.
So I will probably be quite critical about Luigi scaling. But don't take that as me being like, I just want Luigi to lose this fight so badly. I actually don't. I actually would rather him win. But
Right. Nah, I completely get it.
But yeah. Okay. Anyway, so now that we've got that out of the way, we've got our last one.
Yeah. All right.
And this one, anytime this match is brought up, I always hear someone in our like friend circle be like, "I want this match for ZDogg," and just like that, I think you already know what it is.
Yeah.
We're ending this off with Deku versus Miles Morales.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. No, I 100% expected
The white
this one.
whale.
The what?
The white whale.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, for God's sakes. Uneducated.
Well, excuse me.
Basically the one that got away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I get
that.
you. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean...
Okay.
I do.
This legitimately, this was the first matchup that ever came to my mind.
Yeah.
This is the matchup I associate the most with ZDogg.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I feel like this, like, even though I do consider Luigi Pac-Man to be my most wanted, this one is like second place pretty easily, and the one that like I feel like I'm more known for as my most wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime
Anytime either Deku or Miles gets brought up in a death battle like conversation, someone in our voice calls will be like, I just want Deku versus Miles for ZDogg.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm just sitting here like, I mean, yeah, because this match got cut twice.
It has gotten cut twice, yes, and
unfortunately.
but what's also funny too is that I think this matchup has only gotten more and more popular because we are in the we're in the end game right now with MHA because
Yep,
the manga ended last year.
And the final season is
the final season is coming out this October. We're getting a new spin-off series. We just got a new movie.
Yeah.
And then Miles, geez Louise, where do I even start? Miles?
Miles has only grown more and more in popularity lately.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Even ignoring like Spider-Verse for a hot second, having him putting him in like the Insomniac games especially was like God. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Which, by the way, I haven't played Spider-Man 2 because my friends have all told me
it's good.
That it's well, okay, that's not what they've told me.
I know. That's why I interjected.
Okay, fair enough. But okay, so, but I do wish Miles' story, because I know what happens in the game. I do wish Miles' story in that game was its own separate thing, like his first game, because but I do. I think Miles is just growing and growing. And what I'm trying to say is I feel like this fight should happen. Like it needs to happen now. Right now is a tipping point for this fight.
You guys know that meme where it's like, this thing is really good, but you don't have someone bitching in your ear saying that it's not. That's that's how I describe Spider-Man 2 to a T.
How funny! I'll be honest. That's how I describe my hero. So
there you go. Anyway, I will say not to like place any potential false hope. But when we got the Deku versus Asta commentary, this match was brought up. When they were like asking the question of when they were answering the question of why. They brought up Deku versus Gon, and I think Liam was the one who was like, that's probably like gone past its time.
It really has.
Like maybe when these two shows were still like in their heyday, then maybe. But both franchises and both characters have kind of grown beyond what makes that match work. And then on top of that, just the scale difference has kind of been thrown out of whack.
Because Deku's gone insane.
Deku's currently at least on continent level at this point. I'm sorry, not continent, large island level. My bad.
Well, you said you fun because I know it got brought up when we did the debate. I think I've heard the final one of the final fights with Deku and Shigaraki actually. The final blow actually I think got helped to play at level. So
well then there you go.
Exactly
potential planet level for Deku.
Okay.
That'll probably need to be double checked.
Okay, so remember when I said
sounds like that should be double checked.
So remember when I said that in our last recording that a particular fight that is related to ZDogg kind of gives me an idea of how it would play out if it were to happen. Yeah, it turns out this was that, because if all of MHA is to be believed, and if you really are looking into it, Miles is gonna die. Like, what Static did to him might as well have been like a mercy killing.
Yeah, basically.
Well, anyways, what I was going to say is that they also brought up Miles, and apparently when they were like talking about when they were having like meetings and whatnot, Kian had brought up that Deku has basically become Spider-Man at this point, and like, and like I think it kind of goes without saying. Everybody knows this. MHA's mangaka is as kind of a comic book superhero nut. So it's like So with that plus, I think the reason they didn't do Miles is because they had like practically just did Miles static. Like I think that was like basically.
Right,
I think that was basically like the only reason they didn't do it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean because it had been 2 years at that point since they did Miles static, so I can understand.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you know, with MHA, and like the manga's over. The anime is about to be over. It's been almost 3 years since Deku Asta.
God,
I mean, I know we're probably not getting another My Hero rep this year because we're literally just getting Shigaraki.
Yeah, we're literally getting Shigaraki. Yeah.
But I'm just saying the arguments don't hold up anymore.
No, I mean at this point. So okay, at this point, I think I can see them doing this fight possibly within the next year or two because
I was gonna say,
you would want to capitalize on the ending of MHA. And truth be told, because of Sony's fucking shenanigans, we don't know when Spider-Verse Part 3 is coming out.
I was about to say, when is Beyond Spider-Verse coming out?
Whenever it's finished.
Oh boy.
Right.
So
didn't that?
Yeah, could be.
Wasn't that intended to come out like last year or some shit?
It was, yeah, but then writer, but then corporate shenanigans and miscommunications and bunch of shit.
Reading up on the production of Spider-Verse 2 is kind of making me glad that we don't have Spider-Verse 3 yet. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no. And I think they haven't even started recording. So at this point, the best thing you can hope for the next Miles adventure is because it has been confirmed he will be back in Spider-Man 3.
There you go.
For the next Insomniac game, so there is that. His comics are doing relatively well. So yeah, I would say
Miles
do this
getting,
fight soon.
From what I understand, Miles has been has had new powers slapped onto him just as often as Deku has.
He has, but again, I don't want to go into the debate section of this because, like I said, it could potentially be another Shigaraki versus Mahito, and I really don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Even if it does, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. Even if this fight never happens, I'll always probably hold it close to my heart. If nothing else, just because of how synonymous I've become.
Yeah, I can see why you like it. Because
like honestly, yeah. Okay, go on then. No.
I was just gonna say, it's like, what's not to like about this fight, especially with these two characters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Catching up with My Hero before the episode has honestly made me fall back in love with the series and this matchup. Honestly, just like seeing like all the Spider-Man influence, obviously, like from Deku, like just makes it that much more sweeter. And no, I mean, I'll always hold like I said when last episode, I'll always hold My Hero close to my heart for multiple reasons. And I just think this matchup just works extremely well, and
it does.
I just hope to become like more invested in it as time goes on. So it just a very good one. Very good one.
Very good.
Yeah, very, very good way to close out. And and I mean, obviously, rooting Deku and betting Deku. That shouldn't be too.
Betting Deku, rooting Miles.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's where I sit too.
Okay, well, I see how it is. No,
I like Marvel. Okay.
No, I understand. No, I know. You played your thing with My Hero. I get it. Don't worry.
I do like Miles as a character, specifically the Insomniac and the Spider-Verse interpretations because as somebody who has looked up, not read, but looked up what Miles' character was like in the beginning, it was nowhere near what it is now. That all comes from the studios representing Miles having to completely reinvent the character because MCU Peter Parker basically stole comic Miles' character. So we got but that was a blessing in disguise because then that meant that Spider-Verse and the Insomniac games had to think outside the box without being called out for stealing MCU Peter Parker. So it just goes around in a circle at that point.
Exactly.
And Deku's a lovable character. It's like I love his crying. I love his crying nerdy ass. He's a great character.
Exactly.
You think I exaggerate, but it's like, no, this man literally fucking cries about everything.
Hey, to be fair, listen. I know that I know it's a thing, but like he's also going through a lot. like with what he's going through, I think it's
I don't blame him, but it's like, jeez Louise.
Thank you.
Dude's probably got nothing but onions in his pocket just to get him to cry on a daily basis.
My goodness.
I will say, I will say, this is probably gonna get me blasted, but season 1 Deku is kind of a bitch.
He really is. Okay. I could picture the death right now. Say Miles loses.
I'm sorry for the
Deku
bluntness, but like,
no. Like if it wasn't for season 2 and 3, I would have legitimately just passed on MHA. Like, I do not like season 1 Deku. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, agree to disagree.
Season 1
for
is
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I tend to skip season 1 whenever I watch the series because season 2 and 3 is where it just gets better for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just like when you skip episode 1 and 2 of your Star Wars marathon.
Gosh. Yeah, there you go.
Well, anyway, so that's
right.
that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, very very nice work, bro. Very nice work.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun, and yeah, I like a lot of the choices. I mean, I like all of them. What am I saying? I like all of them involved. So yeah, no, I think you did a good job with the variety and just widespread of everything. No, yeah, it is very good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you like it. It was kind of a pain to put together by the end.
Damn.
The last few matchups, I was like, what do I play here?
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's kind of the fun of doing it. Just trying to see if you could, like, make a full 16 out of it. So it's a fun challenge. I always like to think.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad you. I'm glad you like them all.
Yeah, good work.
So with that, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know what you thought of this. Did I do good? Did I pick good matchups? I mean, I got ZDogg's approval. That's all I really care about.
Yeah, there you
go. What was your favorite matchups on here? That's what I guess that's really what I'm more curious about.
Agreed.
Did I get some of you with the? I mean, some people might actually be good friends of yours, so they might see fights like Spectre Knight versus Sir Daniel and be like, "Oh my god!"
Dear goodness, that's yeah. Man.
So, all right, cool. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This Sunday, I don't know when this is coming out, but this Sunday we're getting Shigaraki versus Mahito. So.
Yeah.
We're all pretty excited for it after that preview.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope the next time is one that Bro and I can get back onto.
I I mean, I hope I'm excited for the next match, but I hope I'm not on it because I am been quite busy.
Shut up, you fool!
Um,
Don't say that, because now you're gonna be on it.
yeah, you're probably
then
right.
Chie versus-
Yourself.
And then it's gonna be Chie versus Doom Slayer.
You shut your
Shut
damn
up.
no, you shut your damn mouth. I swear to God.
Okay, well.
It turns out to be Chie versus Doomslayer.
Ah,
Just
no,
like,
stop.
I hate you, ZDogg.
No, stop. Stop. All right, we're done. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Have a good one, everyone. Bye bye.